Hello my friends and welcome to episode 10 of our Motorsport Manager series with Predator Racing. This is going to be a bit of a longer series. We're going to cover the new car and race 10, final race of the season at Black Sea Track A, which was handy for me because I had a save set up here, which means, as you can see, we hit let race treble trim free. Although actually, do you know what, we might go, we're not allowed either of these actually, are we? Yes we are. That's fine, we'll go with that. As you can see, not perfect on Frankie, but I'm fairly content with that. Only brought in an S to change everything. 26 lap race. Now we are experts in this one, and I think we go with this, you know. But we'll start on the soft. And that's going to last about 7 laps. So fuel options, we need bring in about 8. That's fine by me. And we'll do the exact same here, 7 laps and about 8 laps worth of fuel. And the reason for that is I think we're going to go for a 2-stop strategy. So the middle stint on the medium, although that looks like a bit of rain, maybe about lap 6, 7. We'll need to keep an eye on that. No, come on, don't want to be on that. There we go. So again, we can keep on tyres, medium and high on engine modes. Let's go. We're top 2, of course. Frankie's still starting ahead of Innes, which I find a bit strange. Frankie's had a far better season. Obviously a race less. 2 races less, rather, because he had that race off. I suppose. Oh wow, that was a big accident from Frankie actually there. Very wide. I actually thought he hit the wall on the way back in, but apparently not. But he's down in last from that mistake. Very early mistake from Frankie Kinney. So maybe this is Innes' time to shine. Frankie in far better form than Innes, of course, at the minute. But we do have a good setup. But this is the last time where we're going to have this severely underpowered engine. I mean, the engine for next season is still probably likely to be underpowered. But, you know, if we can get something out of it, then that's great. Those black cars, I'm not sure who they are. Is it Marchetta and Dreyfus? They actually look really nice, but they're very difficult to see. Glad they're not ours. Livery wise, I'm not sure if we're going to change too much for next season. I mean, I'll have a look. But I do quite like where we're at. Santa Ana's pace is not too bad here. Frankie's doing okay down at the back, so that's okay as well. The good thing is we do have a bit of a gap. I say a bit of a gap, but it's not enough for a stop. Did Frankie just run wide again? Yes, I do actually. You can come in and we'll put you onto the mediums. And we'll fill you right up. Mediums should last for that length. And we'll pit Frankie as well. Under safety car conditions. Don't mind stacking too much. Particularly when he's already at the back. We'll go low and low. Low and low, because that's less fuel that we need to use. We'll switch back to Innes Santa Ana because, you know, it's all good. 1 lap left of this safety car. I genuinely think we can get a pit stop out of this and be okay. I don't know if anyone else will pit. It is a bit early. But we're basically just trying to give ourselves a little bit of a freebie, almost. 1 lap left. In fact, we didn't even have to stack in that situation, which is great. I don't think, I might have been wrong. I might have missed the stack, but either way, it's behind the safety car. It's the right time to stack. We are 18th and 19th, but we've made our first pit stop under safety car conditions. We should catch them because, you know, we're allowed to go a bit faster to catch them. And there you go. 1 free pit stop in the bag. And that doesn't change our strategy too much. It's a couple of laps earlier, as I said. So we do need to maybe go medium. But I can live with that rather than medium soft because we're working on that. So we're going to go mediums now. You know, get the fuel back in. And then as we come to the last corner, we'll go into medium fuel as well, because I feel like we can. So medium, that's fine. As we come round, first safety car of the season as well, I think, actually. We are on fresh boots, but it is a harder tyre. Someone pits as soon as the safety car goes in. Wow, that is crazy from the AI there. Frankie Kinney overtaken Ines Santa Ana. That's great work from Frankie. Again, you can see the difference in power of the car, though. Much as we've got that free pit stop, we're fighting each other and nobody else right now. Eda Jean Sadar has crashed as well, so that's some extra points for us, obviously, as teams really are starting to challenge now. We are maybe considering replacing Santa Ana for next season. Again, it will depend on the cost of drivers compared to the cost of Santa Ana and what perks they offer and what ability they have, again, relative to. We are up into 13th and 14th, 13th, 4th, an extra £200,000 to us in terms of money in the kitty for our little team. But overall, this is a fairly solid race, you know. We're still within a pit stop of the lead, actually, so that's very good. We did definitely make the right decision, I think, coming in when we did. It does mean we go medium, but that's fine, because we are now in a fight where we've got the strategy right. And it's not very often this season where I've been able to say that, Milan, we got it right, but we didn't have the pace, and we had some other issues where, again, decisions were punished on decisions that we got right, and we were heavily punished on the ones that we got wrong. So that was obviously a bit frustrating. We ran out of fuel with, I think it was Frankie, we ran out at Milan, so that affects everything, that might be slightly too much for the lead, but maybe no. We are 1-2 after 12 laps. Who would have predicted that going into this race? Perfect. Another safety car would be great. Not from one of our drivers crashing, though, of course. Frankie Kinney in first position, Ines Santa Ana in second, with a 3-second gap. Brilliant and beautiful. 3 laps worth of fuel left. We are on perfect target. Ines, you keep Gerard behind you. That's perfect. In fact, we will switch to her to watch that fight, but the fight's now going to be with Frankie Kinney before I could get my hand on the mouse to adjust that. My mouse is right there. I'm going to move that just out the way of the screen a little bit of the racing. You can see the pace difference straight away of Gerard as he has closed up on Frankie Kinney here. You see him on the straights. It's just so much pace compared to what we've got. It is definitely the engine that is the problem. We know that. He's now saying he's struggling to overtake Gerard. I'm not sure that's really the case, mate. I think he's just overtook you and he is in a much better car. Let's be brutally honest. So we are going to pit Kinney at the end of this lap. Fuel options, 10.9 free laps, that's fine. Everything fine there. We will bring Ines down onto low fuel because we need an extra lap from her. It's going to make it even harder for her to keep up with these guys, so she is going to lose positions, but she only needs to make one more pit stop. And I think she's doing a very, very good job, actually, in terms of how she's going. She's got one more lap left to go. Can bring her back onto medium. We can pit her. She just needs a 10 laps worth of fuel. That is absolutely perfect. Working out great almost. Is this going to be a good pit stop from Frankie? It is indeed. Now, Frankie is going to be right down the order, but everyone else is going to have to stop. Maybe Marchetta can get to the end, maybe B-Camp can get to the end, maybe Mel can get to the end. That might be touch and go. I don't think they can. So I think, again, as long as we stay within a pit stop, we're in good shape. Let's see if Frankie can come out in front of Ines here. He's saying excess fuel. That is great. Santa Ana drops down to 15. Frankie Kinney does come out in front of Ines Santa Ana, who is supposed to be our lead driver for this season. Both drivers have excess fuel. That is great to see, because it means that we're managing this right. Now, just stay within a pit stop of everyone else and we are golden. And I'm not sure we are, this will be the first real test. Double jump for Kinney. we're into the top 13. If we can hit a sponsor objective, I don't think we've hit a sponsor objective yet this season, mostly because we had 10 for a long time, but Frankie Kinney obviously had that bad start as well, running wide, but he is now down into 14th. But again, it's about keeping in pit stop range of everyone else, and that gives us a shot. And I think that is where our strategy has excelled, because we've got that free pit stop that nobody else took. Yeah, it meant us stopping earlier. Yeah, it meant us not having the soft tyre. But you know what? That worked for us. Arbeloa and Antonov are the only two that are ahead of us that have made 2 pit stops right now. Right, granted, Sabado, Marchetta, you can't maybe have an extra stop in them. But we're sitting with a driver in the top 10 and one just out with. It's an outstanding performance in a car that is drastically underpowered. And you know what? I'm happy with this. This is the first time this season I've been, I'm enjoying this series. I'm enjoying being back on Motorsport Manager. I knew the first season wasn't going to be fun in terms of how things went for us with this series. But it was a series that I wanted to do, I wanted to try and challenge myself with Predator. I don't shy away from challenges. So that's how we've gone for it. Now that's other cars into the pits now, so we can see exactly how far up we can get Frankie Kinney here with 3 laps to go. We do still have excess fuel, so we can go onto the high overtake engine mode. Tyre wear is fine. Again, we can maybe push. I'm not sure if we can or not. Sitting in 10th was that's someone going wide behind us. I think there's still maybe a couple of pits ahead of us. I'm not sure. I don't think there is now, actually. I think we're probably next in line to pit, if you like. But 10th and 13th, solid. We can hold on to these top 13 spots. It's £200,000 for us, which, will help us out greatly going forward next season. And we don't need to spend all our money on the car next season either, on the chassis. We can balance that in terms of quality and what we can do, so that works as well. Come on, hold him off, Frankie. You're doing well, pal. Again, just the legs, the power. It's a Dreyfus. That's a very, very good car that he's against. Ignore and bring the engine mode down. And really, actually, if Santa Ana catches up, we do have to team order this, I think, to let Santa Ana through, but only if she catches up. I don't want to let Van Anen through at the same time. You're doing well, Frankie. 1 lap to go after this one, pal. Doing really well on these tyres. In fact, Santa Ana can probably push on those tyres as well, which really does mean that Kinney has to let her through, because he is going to be nursing these tyres for the rest of this lap. Given his tyre wear compared to hers. Santa Ana has lost to Van Anen, so let's hope that Frankie can hold on to that top 13 spot. Although actually we're looking pretty safe for it. He's got a couple of second gap now. 1 corner to go. Go round it. 12th place, boys. I never thought I'd fist pump 12th place. But that is a result. I think we beat both the ZRTs as well. It's not going to be enough points, obviously, to change the standards at the bottom. I don't even know who's at the top just now. I've only ever focused on our battle. But I don't remember seeing Bichamp and Ja really going for it this season. So I'm not expecting a Garuda victory, actually, which historically has been everything I have seen in Motorsport Manager. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see how it works out just now. There we go. Yeah. It's okay. We did finish bottom, but we got the gap back down to 12 points. Garuda finishing second behind Firebird. Octane Racing, I think, is that black car, which surprises me a bit. It might be Archer, actually. Again, surprises me a bit because it just looks to have so much power. It looks like such a very, very, very good car. As we end this season, I'm going to be back when we get to the livery. I'll go through any driver changes, and I'll go through everything that I've managed to upgrade between there and here. We're going to have 1.4 million to collect, which gives us 1.2 million in the bank. What a season. Finale in the end. That was a very, very good one for us, but we'll find out if Garuda take the promotion as well. Saving. That's fine. Much quicker save. Car condition interview. Accept interview. He's interested in talking, that's fine. Probably not going to go for him. Scout report finished. Tommy. Controversial. Okay, that's fine. Not going to add him though. And Lola Marsh. See, someone like this I'd be interested in because of the marketability. So I am going to add her to the favourites because that might be interesting to go for. So I'll bring you back when I know more information, and for the new car design, which will be probably here, I'm guessing. Although I always expect it to be the end of the year. Here, but it probably is this pre-season one. So I will skip ahead and we'll find out. Nice quick return there. We're coming back just to cover the promotions, relegations, and a bit of news. We've got £10 million prize money. Seems quite excessive actually, in terms of what we got. But as you see, 10 million. That's fine. Sponsors are okay. We'll pick more of them up. That'll give us more money going forward. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, new buildings. We can build the staff centre, which improves the staff skill, driver improvement rate, driver fitness rate and whatnot. We can build the forecast centre, or we can go for the jugular if we improve this. What do we get? So we get the telemetry centre, the test track, the brakes R&D, 50% of the tour centre, 50% of the helipad, which improves sponsors. And I think the tour centre brings in money as well, if I remember correctly. Tour centre. Increase something anyway. Or if we upgrade this, which gives us the wind tunnel, the simulator, the handling centre, the other 50% of the tour centre, or the helipad. So we need both for the tour centre and the helipad. That's fine. But I think we're going to go for the factory because we get more development staff, extra improvement slots. Whether it's this, it's design time, and it's minus 0.3 days. It's not a lot. So, and because I picked ex-engineer for whatever reason, I can't actually remember. Although it's a big increase in cost per day, but that's fine. I think this is the right option. We're still going to leave ourselves 4 million. We've put 700,000 away every race so far. 600. I thought it was 700,000. Either way, we've got about 6 more million to come in. We don't have to spend all that, of course. So again, we could possibly get the design centre upgraded as well, which would give us the most amount of options. And we've got the scouting centre underway as well. 5 weeks for that. It does actually tell me now. I didn't see that before. Last episode I bet you usually have comments saying that. So we're going to skip ahead again to the car design. Let's get into it. Next season's car, our 2017 chassis, is ready for design now. I have approached a lead designer, 2 new race mechanics and a new driver, all of which I'm looking at quite keenly to hopefully improve the team. But those contracts have not been finalised yet. In fact, I've not even had the first sort of negotiation from them yet. So hopefully we can do that in the next day or two. £7 million. I thought it was 7 million that we'd put aside, so that's good. So what do we have? We have 11 million to spend. I think we go with this one, the Mersat, which I think is Renault. For the engine supplier. Rossini, obviously the best one, but it's 5.8 million. Realistically, not great. Fuel supplier, I think we go with Oceana. Material supplier. What's the difference here? It's not really much, is it? Let's go. We'll go with Muramoto now, see what the budget is. In fact, we'll go medium all the way down, and that costs us 9.9 million now. I want it to be slightly less, so brake supplier, we're making our own brakes, that's fine, so we can cut costs. Oh, right, yeah, of course. Tyre heating will be more consistent, that's fine. I don't mind bad tyre heating. This one is, they will last longer. So we kind of need that. Better your fuel efficiency, whatnot. Yep. Engine is the most important expensive part. Fuel impacts, blah 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 blah. Right. I think we just cut the cost there. That's fine. That's fine. It's 6.5 million. It was very weak across the board. It cost us 3.2 million last year, so we've already doubled what we spent last year. I'm fairly content with this, guys. So we will do that, and that leaves us 4.6 million in the kitty. Now we will get to design the livery at some point soon, the 5th of the 3rd, but we'll skip to that during this episode. Of course, I will cover everything else that we go through between now and then as well. Rightio, so we've got a lot of driver changes to come now. Bautang is joining us. He's going to replace Ines Santillana. Now he is on equal status. Stat wise, 1.5 star to 3 star. It doesn't look great, but when we have a look at details, see instantly contract is less. It's costing us a bit of money to break that contract and have a sign-on odd fee, and again buyout clause and whatnot here with Bautang, but much better marketability. In fact, if we have a look here, this is irrelevant, so ignore that just now. So again, he is going to go back up to about a 2-star driver, so we lose 5% marketability, so we're looking at 79%. We also have pay driver, so that's more money in the team, and that's permanent, so that doesn't affect that. Isn't great on the first lap. Let's be honest, he is not good on the first lap, so that's a bit of a concern. But pay driver makes it worthwhile for me. I think there was a few drivers I was looking at that had a lot of potential. Not worth it. Couple of races, this pays for itself. So Ines Santillana is away. It's a shame to see her go, but she wasn't there. So we've got 2 drivers on equal status. We do have a reserve driver still, but they are kind of away, I would imagine. Katie Ladeneres, I'm debating whether we renew that contract or not, or if we try and get a 3rd pay driver in for practice for just that little bit extra money. I don't particularly know. Staff wise though, we are still talking with Mason Fairley. We've got one more chance at that. He will be replace Tom Woodbridge. We've brought in Becky Katigawa as a designer. She's going to cover performance side of things with a 12 performance. Hoping that we can get Mason Fairley, because he is amazing at reliability. That's huge. He's currently at Eastwood, so will cost a fair bit. He is being offered a fair amount of contract. I'm hoping he was green on everything apart from wage, which he was orange on, so I punched that up to the maximum. Kind of hoping that we can get him. We are increasing wages here considerably, but by bringing Bautang in should increase that. In fact, straight away sponsorship, we're now up to 3-star sponsors, so that's helpful. Did just sign a new sponsor there, but we were locked. We had 3 out of 3 basically. Only got 1 race here, of course, and then we've got 1 more offer to come here before I accept anything there. So she wanted to stay, so she's annoyed. That's a shame, but we've brought in Bautang. That's good. And then we also have brought in Kira Harris to be our lead designer. She is stat-wise better on everything to our old lead designer, apart from front wing, which, as we know, is irrelevant. The only other thing that was close was engine, which we're both equal on. We've got a lot more money. Obviously, we do lose these perks, which is a shame, but is what it is. We can start punching through this. We do lose the perk that our last one had in the good slot, which was a fairly decent one. It was usually plus 10 on everything, so that's a shame, but is what it is. I'd rather have someone who is better at everything, in all honesty. So I think this contract offer is tomorrow, so we'll just skip ahead and we will make a decision on what we're doing. Contract offer accepted. Yeah. Mason Fairley will replace Tom Woodbridge. who has more potential, but we're replacing with better, so continue finances. It cost us about 1.6 million to do all this, mostly through SAC and Santa Ana, of course. But you know, I'm fairly content with this team. Obviously, if we can develop Becky Katagawa, she could be here a long time now. I was going to make sure that they were on the right things. Unfortunately, I can't do that just now until the chassis is built. So we should be skipping ahead. I will cover reserve driver situation when we get to it. When the livery's done, I think that'll be us till then really now. Got 2.9 million in the bank, nothing else really to build for that kind of money. So I will see you on the other side to sort the livery. So it's livery editing time. Now this is our car for last season, which I liked. So this was livery 9 and base, primary colour, technical colour and whatnot, all the same. What colour do we have available? Some nice colours available. I might add a gold trim. I kinda like that actually. Just add in this little gold trim. See how that looks. I do like that. It's just that little touch, that yellow niceness to it. Have a look through, but I do think we're not going to change too much here. I like that as well though. And that. Not keen on that one. I think we're going to stick with the same livery, just have the yellow trim, and we'll get you back to black. No, the red. What colour is this then? I've lost the colours, guys. Because that's not the same colour. Cancel. Can I reset this? Nope. Okay, what colour is this red then? Here, let's copy. Control C, cancel. Trim colour. Control V. Add. Apply colour, please. I like that. We're back to where we should be. Yeah, I do like that. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. We did obviously make a lot of adjustments to our team in regards to the window. Brought in a new driver. We did also get that scouting centre through. Obviously it's not came through in time now. I have favorited a couple of them, but we're scouting every single one of them straight away. Enrique Lara, I know to be very good, and Ellie Marsh for some reason sticks in my head is quite good as well, so I've favorited her as well. So we're kind of going with that. These guys all look pretty healthy. Car is coming along nicely. Chassis finish date on the 5th. We'll get more information then, so we'll skip ahead to that and we'll finish the episode with the new car information. We've got 2.933 million that we can invest straight into the car. HQ is 9 weeks away, and then obviously we get to really push through here. As you see, there's our nice new scouting facility. Tempted to hit the upgrade again, but I don't think that's worth it at the minute, because I don't think a lot of the drivers will be interested. It's here, it's pre-season testing, and probably the last bit of this episode, to be honest. We've gone a bit longer than normal, which is obviously nice because it's episode 10, so I'm happy to do that. Team isn't looking good. Pre-season testing, never a judge, but you know, we've had no problem so far. We're not looking good. In fact, top speed right now, well actually we're punching with top speed. 5 mile an hour short of everyone else, but you know, reasonable. No issues. Positive. Fairly content with that, you know. Not a disaster at all. Not a disaster at all for pre-season. I'm going to find out exactly where the car is. So let's go to improve parts straight away. I didn't get everything improved anywhere near as much as I wanted to, as you can see. 89, 93, 88, 98, so we didn't even hit 100 and anything. So let's have a look. Swap you two around. That works for me. We'll go straight onto reliability and we will punch those engines. because that's probably the longest repair job. And let's see where we can improve the car first. Now we've got 2.9 million, so it might be worth to go for the expensive stuff, but I always like to go for the brakes first. In fact, we've not got the worst engine anymore. Great, big upgrade. We do still have the worst gearbox, so it might be worth going there. Do still have the worst brakes. We don't have the worst suspension, so gearbox and brakes is kind of where we're at the worst, although our best actually is ironically brakes. So I think we go for something like that. Wouldn't be a bad option. Would be done 6 days before the race, 50% reliability. I think that's a good option, you know. Option for gearbox would be that 2 hours before the race, so that wouldn't be ready in time. Reliability of 40% as well. Engine we'll ignore just now, we'll do that later in the season. Although actually, 2 days after race, so yeah. Do have a couple of risks here though, that are big ones as well. Oh, I like them. We can really improve that engine this year. Brake wise, what have we got here? So we can go that one, and that one. So again, big improvement to brakes and gearbox. That one, that one, big improvement to gearbox. Suspension. Yeah, suspension's our worst option right now, because realistically 20 to max isn't great. So you know, we would take something like this just now, early on, 2 days before the race. So I think brakes is our best option right now. We will go with that. Build part. On we go. And that ends our episode, guys. Now we're working on reliability straight away. Full 10 guys. Now obviously we'll get some more guys in 7 weeks. That's going to be probably 2 races at least, so it's 4. Yeah, before Milan we'll be up to 4, so that's good. That works out quite nicely for us. Pre-season testing, not great, but we can get going. We will take 10th again, and that leaves us with 800,000 profit per race expected. We're putting away 636,000. That's fine. We do have the extra race this year in Vancouver, so 11 races total. And we've got all our sponsors, and our first 3-star sponsor, 300,000 per race. We've got one more race on this one more race on this one. So we've got more money to come in. We can really push the team forward. Everyone's fit and healthy. So let's have a look. Rear jack can certainly get changed. So rear jack, swap for rear jack, please. Swap, you can come onto tyres somewhere, probably here. Yep, fairly happy with that. That looks decent. In fact, you can come in here. Oh, you're 2 fixing slots, so actually no, you're better there. Swap you with that one. That works. That's a lot better. I think that works. Right, so that's going to end this episode, guys. We'll be back next episode for Black Sea in episode 11. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of it. Obviously, we've made big improvements during the window. Not necessarily in terms of drivability. You know, we've dropped drivability in Botang from Santa Ana. But overall, I think we have improved drastically. So thank you all so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.